just hit 87 sailing, and that means one thing. We can now sail to the Isle of Grimstone, home of the Frost Dragon. This is located north of the wilderness in the Northern Sea. Before we can go there, we're going to need to go ahead and get our ship an Eternal Brazier. To get this brazier, it is located on the Tear of the Souls Island, and we're just going to sail there from Corsair Cove. Once there, dig on this spot here, you get a small key, and we can now take this small key and head to the Buccaneer's Haven, located east of Piscatoris, and once we are there on that island, we can unlock a little chest to unlock the schematic. In order to actually build the Eternal Brazier, you're going to need quite a few items: 4 rosewood planks, 16 runite nails, 6 rune bars, 6 cup nickel bars, 200 of each for the salts, and you should be good to go. This also requires 72 construction and 78 sailing, but you should beat this by now if you're heading to Frost Dragons. Gone ahead and built this on our boat. Now let's go ahead and sail. Just going to go there from Framnik. This is easy enough to get to, and we're just going to sail all the way north until we reach Grimstone's Island. Once here, we can come down into this little dungeon, and inside we see some Frost Dragons. Also located here is a fairy ring, which is going to be very useful for when we want to come back here on each of our returning trips. Started out with a max melee setup, Torva, Dragon Hunter Lance on Crush, and basically all of your max strength gear, Rancor, Altor, Ferocious Gloves. You can do a few kills, see how quick they are, and then get into doing an hour of testing in max melee before trying out an hour of testing in a mage setup to see what the kills per hour are and how comparable they are. To get back to the island, fairy ring code DLP, and if you're going to need 83 agility for this, so if you want to come back up this way, should have mentioned. Frost Dragons themselves, checking the stats out now: 150 defense, 25 stab defense, 90 slash, 15 crush, 50 magic, and then some ranged defenses. We're going to focus on using melee and magic for this video. They have 100% fire weakness, so we should be dealing double damage when we use fire spells. One thing to mention, Frost Dragons do have an icy breath attack, but if you're using a super anti-fire, you are fully protected from this, and they will also attack with melee when you're stood next to them. So then anti-fire, use protect from melee, taking no damage the entire time. Frost Dragons have 3 different unique drops that we're looking for. Firstly, Dragon Cannibals used in the Dragon Cannon, new item to the game. You also have Dragon Nails, which are required in many of the higher tier shipbuilding activities. Dragon Metal Sheets, which are used in your Dragon Cannon building, Dragon Helm building, keel parts. You can also change these into Dragon Nails if you've got too many of them and you're an Iron Man. And you're also going to need it for sort of your Dragon Salvaging Hook. So lots of people are going to want these items. People are going to want to have these upgrades for their boats, so this should still be a decent money maker for quite a while. Some of the build parts require sort of 300 dragon nails, so these should keep a good price. Let's start and see how many kills we can get with a max melee setup in 1 hour. Around 43 minutes in, and we've just got a Dragon Metal Sheet. I'm not quite sure how much money this is going for. I am going to be selling all of the drops pretty much after every single trip. As it's a new update, items are going to crash and crash and crash, so you're best off selling them as soon as you can. Also managed to get some Dragon Nails. Let's see what the current prices are for these. 1 hour done. Got around 156 kills. I think it should be a little bit less than this, actually, probably around 150, because I wasn't paying too much attention and boosts were running out. But 150 kills with melee, this does seem pretty good. Let's try out mage now and see how that goes. Alright, let's go ahead and try the max mage setup, where you're going to be using Fire Surge of the Dragon Hunter wand. Got an imbued heart as well, and you can safe spot these dragons with magic, although I do seem to be getting dragged out a fair bit when I'm trying to go for the third dragon, so I have brought myself some anti-fire potions just so I'm not going to get one shot during this. There's just something so satisfying about using magic and seeing hits like 76. Pretty incredible. More dragon cannibals coming in. And another dragon metal sheet. These seem to be fairly common. I've not looked at the wiki yet to sort of see drop rates. I don't think there's anything confirmed yet, but they will have their crowdsourced rune light data showing how many people have sort of killed it and what the expected drop rates are. Right here, I didn't notice at the time because I was just killing them and they didn't highlight up on my screen. I got some dragon nails, 12 of them in fact, and didn't even loot them. That's 4 mil just sat on the ground that I've missed, so after this trip I have now highlighted dragon nails so they will show up. I'm not sure why Jagex put them at such a low value that they don't like highlight. They're selling the Grand Exchange for like 300k each, and I think their G value at the moment is like sort of 600 each, so you don't see any of the drops highlighted at all. Missed out on 4 mil, whoops. Started that hour on 217 KC and ended up on 370, so that's what, 153 kills in an hour, and I was paying a lot of attention that time round to making sure we didn't waste any time. We got an actual 1 hour time check. Loot, not too bad. Would have been better if I picked up those dragon nails. Gone ahead and sold the sheets and cannibals again, and we'll now show all the loot at the end. The next trip here I have highlighted dragon nails and we're actually getting a fair few of them, so I don't think I missed too many. It was just that 12. I have decided to do the rest of the video just in the melee setup. Magic is slightly better DPS and I can even increase this further if I wanted to go get a harmonized orb. Get a couple extra kills per hour instead of the Dragon Hunter one, that works out slightly better. But melee just seems a bit more chill, and I don't have to pay for the rune costs at all, so just going to go ahead and do that for the remainder kills. Got another 700 or so to go, and once that's done I'll show you all the loot at the end. While recording this, the DPS calc has now updated and shows Frost Dragons on there, so I've gone ahead and plugged in some gear sets. Firstly, we've got Max Mage with a harmonized staff using Fire Surge. This is going to be your best DPS for Frost Dragons if you want to do it, with an average time to kill of 21.4 seconds. The Dragon Hunter wand comes out at 21.8 seconds, just behind this, and you'd be using less runes. That's not too bad. And melee came out at 23.6 seconds average time to kill. So overall, you're not looking at too much of a difference between these. Either of these setups are quite good. I preferred the melee setup, like I said earlier, just for saving that rune cost, and you're going to be making more money overall. 1,000 kills completed. Let's go sell off these final drops and tally up everything we got, and then I'll post a picture of the loot tracker for the entire thing. Alright, sell up the final loot. 59 dragon nails that hour. I am hoping they're still selling for a good price. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. 18 mil from that in 1 hour. 311k each. They've gone back up. They were down to 200k last night, so still a good method. Right here, dragon cannibals. How much are they going for? 5k each. Not too bad overall. Sell the final few bits and get the cash stack out. So overall right there, in 1,000 Frost Dragon kills, I've made 69.4 mil. Overall, you can get about 150 kills an hour, and then you include bank time. Overall, this took me 7 hours to do. 7 hours, 1,000 kills. Not too bad money. That's what, just under 10 mil an hour right now? And then take out supplies, so you're looking at 9 to 10 mil an hour if you're doing this with melee. Would recommend if any of you are rushing to 87 sailing. Overall, I think Dragon Metal Sheets I got a bit unlucky with. Looking at the wiki right now, they don't have fully accurate rates, but they have got a sample based on 227,000 kills that have been done. They're showing Dragon Metal Sheets at a rate of around 180, so I should have got another 2 of these. and dragon nails at 1 out of 65, so looks like I got pretty lucky on the nails and a little unlucky on the dragon metal sheets. Overall, not too bad and quite nice in AFK. I probably will do a lot more frost dragons in the future. If anyone's got this far, thank you for watching. Hope this video helps. Decide if you want to do some frost dragons. Subscribe if you like. See you in the next video.